Joke's on you, I'm not too scared to stream. That Ooga Booga didn't get me too bad. No, the only thing that should be scared is the game. 'Cause I'm coming for it! As you can see, we are 96% of the way through with the game. And in a short few moments, we are going to be bringing that to 100%. I remembered this time, you noid. The last time we played, Meta Knight had conquered pretty much every game mode from the original game. The only thing left to do is to go pick a fight with the sun, the moon, and every single one of the planets. Also, apparently he can breathe in space. Is Kirby the only person here that has trouble breathing in space? Because Meta Knight don't give a shit. Meta Knight cares not for what you think is possible. He only cares for the blade. Now, the fact that we don't have to go looking for ability capsules is going to help us out here a lot. Because Meta Knight has the only ability that matters, being himself. However, being himself does not allow him to swim through high-speed currents, unfortunately. Remember, kids, there's always something you can't do, no matter how hard you try. I kid. Y'all can do anything if you put your minds to it. And just believe. God, that has to be my old dumb favorite wrestling thing. Dude thought he was a good guy, was actually blatantly a bad guy. And he just always told people with a big old shit-eating grin that all they had to do was believe in him. It was great. Because his name was Bo, you see. Damn, I just spanked that man with my wing. Fucker didn't stand a chance. And yes, you can fly, just as long as you step inside of an aeroplane. Rude. Yeah, the bad news is that the helper AI in this game is not very smart. The worst news is that I am not very smart either. We are two halves of one idiot. Also, yes, Meta Knight is not above going face to face to power his minions up. So how are you doing? Well, I mean, okay, maybe not the best question asked today, sorry. God. Look, I am not going to make today's stream about this because I'm pretty sure literally everybody is currently in various stages of grief and burnout. I'm just going to say, all are welcome here. Fuck anybody who thinks that anybody else is lesser. And my opinions on this matter are hopefully very self-evident. And if anybody who watches my streams ever needs anything, I'm in here for you guys, okay? Wait, I think I'm going down a door I don't need to go down. And that is basically where I'm going to leave anything about any of this for today. Oh man, I forgot how some of these levels were basically mazes by the time you got to Milky Way Wishes. Ah, I was suckered in by the milk. Times like this, I almost wish I did this as soon as I finished last time. Because I completely forgot where we're going. Okay, I think I found the right way. Woo, bumblefucking my way to success. Come on, fatty whale. In your beautiful new magenta color scheme. There we go, there we go. Get tornadoed on. Poked you in the butt. You know, whales are come to think of it, whales and sharks are seriously common bosses in Kirby, huh? There's always some sort of big old Fangorious fish or fish-like monster that's waiting for us. We've had an anglerfish, a killer whale, we've had baby shark, that same killer whale again, and now we have a baleen whale. Not to be confused with a Baleen Wonderworld, a game that I am unironically considering picking up because it's only 12 bucks right now. What's wrong with me? Huh, true what? That Kirby has a grudge against the beasts of the sea, or that Baleen Wonderworld is way cheaper than it has any right to be? What? What torment? Are you telling me that an outstandingly colorful, story-heavy 3D adventure game by the man who invented Sonic the Hedgehog himself is anything less than an utter delight of a time? I still can't get over the fact that there's actually a novel for the game in Japan that apparently adds, like, so much context that was missing in the original game. Like, by all accounts, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know what anyone on the production of that game was thinking. You really do? Like, it's not even an oh you should, it is a this is actually factually mandatory, or else your experience of the game will be significantly diminished. I mean, for crying out loud, they like made an entire like dark Balin, and then he just like never shows up, except for a bunch of glorified QTEs. With all the gameplay capacity of a thimble. With said QTEs only giving you their reward if you perfect them. And they don't respawn until you beat the area's boss. It really is such a disaster. At nearly every level, they could have chosen between good game design or violence, and at every available opportunity, they selected violence. Ah, shit. It's okay, we have reserves. You basically never don't have a partner as Meta Knight in this game, because even with the AI being as brain dead as it is, you can literally just fart them out for cheap. Let's heal. I don't remember which way the exit is in this level, but I'm fairly certain if I just keep running forward, I'll encounter it with little to no problems. Like, oh no, maybe I'll actually have to fight some things. How terrible. Ow, this thing just... Skinner's the... doctor, right? The guy who patches you up after all your missions? Oh no, what did they do to your boy? Tell me about that new update, because I hear it's been pretty dang significant. Gotcha, gotcha. What'd they change? How'd they make him terrifying? He was always shaped like a friend. I just didn't want to deal with fighting Bugsy today. Oh no, does he make the does he take the hair off of people to give them to you? Oh, okay, no, he just steals your hair. Cool and good, glad to know. Oh my god. Yeah, I can see why that's kind of creepy, my dude. Ravioli, ravioli, do not sniff the hair-a-roni. Oh shit, I kind of forgot that Wham Bam Rock was fought in here. I think my partner is making it harder for me by taking all of the iframes to do shitty chip damage. Oh, never mind, he just jumped in. Oh, now I get why you're wigged out. Yeah, that's pretty wiggy if I do say so myself. I'm getting fewer and fewer opportunities to gather orbs, in part just due to how I play games. Ha! I didn't even try that. I promise you that was completely and utterly unintentional. This is just yo-yo. Honestly, of all the soundtracks in this game, Revenge of Meta Knight has to have the best ones. The initial theme, the theme that plays during the credits. There's just so much to love musically about Revenge of Meta Knight. Now we get a few more showdowns with mid-bosses while we try to find the right way to go. I feel like it was this one. That's right, we are in the presence of Grammy award-winning superstar Meta Knight. This should be good enough for fighting the Loopster. God. The fact that Grammy award-winning musician Meta Knight is a phrase that just lives rent-free in my head just makes me so happy. Oh my god, Heavy Lobster got tanky. Also, those guys count for orbs. All the better to contemplate you with, my dear. Oh no, what did Principal Skinner do to you this time? Incredible. I don't want the green one. Fine, but only because I'm trying to build up to a mock tornado. And because this wind won't stop pushing me around. Oh! Oh my god, Skinner. I mean, is he wrong? If you're gonna amputate anything, a haircut's one of the best ways to do it. I can do this all day, Blade Knight. Please? I am failing at this gacha. There we go. Always complain about gacha. That is how you ensure gacha success. No gacha success stories ever came from accepting your fate. Only through copious amounts of copium and proper complaining will you achieve the power you need to win the day. Have I ever gone that way? But oh yeah, the minecarts trigger those usually. Oh, interesting. Seems like you can't heal if your little co-op buddy is currently occupado. In fact, the only thing I can do is mock tornado while that's happening. Good to know. Glad I'm not getting in any fights in the middle of a doorway. Take the star. Although technically, wouldn't an amputation imply he's cutting living parts off of you? Meanwhile, hair is dead? Oh, thank God I needed that. Now we just fly on by. We get ready to meet our maker. Because this is the last level of Meta Nightmare Ultra. After all, it was also the last level of Milky Way Wishes, and right now we're just in that chapter of the game again. That's why he made it a simile. I mean, I'm sure he could make you a smile if you wanted him to. I can't promise it'd be very pleasant, but... Oh no! That's not the guard button. There we go. Look, you can get Sword Knight in the normal game, so therefore I want Blade Knight. Or is he Blade Knight and the other one's Sword Knight? I can't believe I have this problem every time there's a pair of characters. Like, you may remember we've also had this problem with Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. Or... which member of WWE Tag Team The Usos wears their face paint on the right side of their face, and which wears it on the left? Spoiler alert, I don't fucking know! Doesn't help that they're, like, literal twins. Or at the very least, very closely related siblings, but I think it's twins? Oh well, let's see how much damage we do to the dragon. Damn. 234. Take that, Mr. Unpleasant Dragon. Poorly behaved dragon. Dragon in need of some discipline. 189 experience. Our mask shine went up by 3. Our courage by 5. Our trustworthiness by 5. Our charisma by 5. our foot speed by 1, and our leadership by 3. That's right, Meta Knight gets his own stats. Take that, Kirbo. And with that, I guess we crusaded across worlds to summon the freaking Galactic Nova. Literally rebuilding him from his earlier shattering. Ready. I will grant you one wish. My one wish is to become stronger, so I wish to fight the greatest warrior in the galaxy. But Meta Knight, you already are the greatest. Nah, JK. You will now fight a warrior who was sealed away for fear his power was too great. I will now summon this great warrior once more, and he will be summoned many times since. I hope you guys like Galactonite. Here's his debut. Seriously, this dude was close to a perfect attendance record after this. Between Star Allies and between now and Star Allies, the only game he missed was Triple Deluxe. The legend was sealed away long ago because of his power. He defies time itself to challenge you. I will say, his theme music absolutely slaps. And he's like me, but stronger. He even stole our boys! I must battle for custody of the Meta Knights. I know, right? Homeboy is legitimately one of the strongest bosses in the game. In fact, I almost think he's stronger than the actual true final boss. Granted, I did just beat him, but rest assured he's very powerful. I'm just a lot better at the game than I thought I was. Wait, oh god, I did not just beat him! Now I just beat him. And with that, he McFucking explodes. Something that for some reason, the sun and the moon over Popstar are very happy about. The end. And with that, we've beaten the entirety of Kirby Super Star Ultra in less than an hour. Is this just gonna replay the credits? Okay, no. Meta Knight standing on that cliff now. This is his brooding cliff. Kirby's need not apply. Look at him all swaddled up in that cape. I think he's cold. I think he needs a hug. Oh, oops. Ah, I didn't have the chance to, I'm sorry. Because first I had to cook yesterday, and then I had to run Soulbound for y'all after that. By the time that was done, I was in bed. Then by the time that was done, I was at work. And then today I've been doing a bunch of party planning and prep, because I am seeing my friends this weekend, and I am very excited about it. But don't you worry. Now that you've reminded me, I am going to make sure I get off of my perfectly proportioned posterior and watch that once we are done with today, as a little treat for myself for beating one of my favorite Kirby games of all time. It's interesting. I wouldn't say any of the individual modes of this game have really been like level design wise, this is not exactly the most solid Kirby game. It's mostly it's basically a beat 'em up. If the other games were puzzle platformers, this one was a beat 'em up. You get an entire fighting game's worth of moves. The enemy gets to be Waddle Dees. It's why I think Kirby would actually make a really good Dynasty Warriors game, for example. But just the sheer delight of how the game controls and the amount of options you have for tackling those fairly okay levels honestly really elevates this game a ton. Which I guess really just goes to show what Miyamoto says, that if you have a blast moving your character around, that's honestly the most important part of, well, pretty much any game. There's a reason why the dude spent, like, forever touching up the first world of Super Mario Bros. Well, I mean, I guess that's more level design rather than movement. A better analogy, I guess, would be Mario 64, where the first thing he does when he gets to game is just start running and jumping around the outside of Peach's castle. Everyone was like, Miyamoto, aren't you gonna go inside? I'm on to you, Sea Witch. I'm on to you. I have my water today. Ooh, you are a challenging foe indeed. Oh, come on! While I roll out the tension in my neck, I will take a rare moment to, instead of Warhammer lore, possibly, hello River, welcome aboard. Oh, Codex Astartes, but Kirby lore. I see. It is theorized that Galactonite is traveling backwards in time, because in all three of the games you fight him in, the way he dies in that game is the way he appeared in the last one. So for example, he showed up in a crystal sealed by Galactic Nova, and we sort of re-pulled him out of the time stream, right? In Kirby's Return to Dreamland, when you defeat him, I believe he gets sealed away in that crystal. So some people are theorizing that he is literally hurtling backwards in time. And yes, we have beaten the Meta Nightmare Ultra mode. Oh, if you want some specific lore for Miyamoto pertaining to Kirby, he wanted Kirby to be yellow. Sakurai was all in on Team Pink, Miyamoto wanted him to be yellow. This is why yellow Kirby is like the default player too in pretty much all of these games. Here we go. The true arena has entered the fray. The final game in this pack. So now you get a choice between the two, but let's be honest, we're not going back. It's time for the true biggest challenge of the game. And the developers even know it, because it's not Fighter Kirby there anymore, it's Hammer Kirby. This is a remake, this game came out already, so when they added this new move, the developers knew how people were gonna play this. And standing in our way, it's not just one. Masked DDD, Wham Bam Jewel, Galactonite, all the warriors, and above them, Marks? Oh, you know that when rocks are levitating, you are in for a destructive time. Also, hey, Kracko Jr. finally gets to be in an arena. Congratulations, little buddy. Now, I'm going to be trying to beat... First of all, you'll notice we don't have our tomatoes. We only have regular tomatoes, not maximum ones. So we have approximately 2 life bars. Secondly, you'll notice that one of the ability pedestals is sleep. It is always sleep. We are not going to have a lot of easy chances to replenish. And third of all, you'll notice all of the bosses have been from the new modes. Sorry. Yes, he is zooming. Jet Kirby Supremacy. But Jet Kirby is not going to be the only ability I try to beat that as. You see, I'm fairly confident in my ability to beat this true arena fairly early into the stream. So with the remaining playtime I've allotted, we're not going to do bug snacks because I want to give that game its own no sleep until clear. It's not going to be a switch to a different game. No, we are going to be trying to do the true arena with no abilities. And this isn't a binding contract. I'm not holding myself to it. If I can't do it, that's okay. I'll give myself a pat on the ass and a kiss on the cheek for at least trying. But I do want to at least give it an attempt, you know? By the way, how are you guys doing? And do you have any cool and good plans for the weekend? Also, I'm going to warn you guys, the no ability run may end up being your best chance at actually seeing how these guys fight. Because, I'm not exactly leaving them much room to show their stuff. Oh, I didn't even know I could grab that apple. Oof, sociability and friends on a Sunday. Sounds rough, buddy. I'm doing all my sociability and friend having on a Saturday. Wow, I can't believe the first hit I've taken all round came from a fucking tire. Also, there's like 3 mini bosses in this game that give suplex, and I've always found that kind of weird. Because you have the Judo Kid, you have Bugsy, and then they added Fan Fan. I hope you enjoy your Crunk Wizardry, by the way. You'll notice we're already at the final 4. The true arena is not a very long arena, because it only has the new bosses. But compared to the old bosses, each of these bosses does not fuck around. Oh, this attack is not very easy to avoid with Jet when you consider that the steel cage is electrocuted. King DDD, the master of Hell in a Cell. Hello, Azure. Welcome aboard. We are about to actually beat the true arena pretty quickly, which makes me really glad I gave us that self-imposed challenge. Unless, of course, Galactonite just absolutely rains on my parade. No worries. I hope you're doing okay. True arena, no abilities. Well, I'm about to beat the true arena with abilities first. It wouldn't be much of a challenge if I... Also, I'm doing way better than I used to on the DS. Have my play video games good reflexes just activated? You would think, but we just got done fighting Galacta. So we've studied all your moves, baby. I can't think of a more nothing character to just absolutely get put over by a good role in a movie than Kano from Mortal Kombat. There is literally one reason anyone gives a crap about that character, and it was because of Trevor Goddard's amazing performance. We just no-hit Galactonite. We have no-hit most of the true arena? In the beginning, Marx was dead, and there was much rejoicing. Unfortunately, as a certified creepy little shit, staying dead was not exactly in Marx's playbook. And with that, we get another recurring series concept getting its introduction. Mark's Soul. This began the trend of soul bosses, where the final boss of a Kirby game shows up, back from the dead, pissed off, and usually purpler. He's coming for you, Kirby. Sometimes purpler, sometimes redder. Either way, much like Galactonite, this was a pivotal element of the Kirby series that has proceeded to show up time and time again. Oh, hell no you don't. Be gone. Wow, yeah, that actually works. Can't grow a vine if you can't plant the seed. Cool. I will say, there's something I'll show off during our no abilities run if it gets this far. After all, you remember what I said about a certain copy ability, right? Its only sources come from boss fights, and it grants you great power against those bosses, like revealing Chameleon Arm, or blinding Heavy Lobster. Think about it. I may have said that Marx was the progenitor of the modern Soul Boss, but there was one Kirby Soul Boss before he even was a twinkle in the eyes of the developers. Good old Drossia Soul, who was entirely made of paint. Oh yeah, he does that. I forgot about that. Yeah, every Soul Boss has had, like, some of her attacks as a tribute. And yeah, wow, we just kind of walked all over this, didn't we? Huh. Yeah, he does that. I may have beaten this game so much that I have become numb to his horror scream. And there he is in the audience, cheering on his own demise, alongside Knuckle Joe, Meta Knight, King Dedede, and for some reason, one of Dynablade's babies. Not exactly who I expected to get put on the main character panel. Either way, though, we have 100%ed this game, including bonus 100%ing Helper to Hero. Now, we do have a special blooper reel, but the fact that all of the cutscenes are kind of desynced on this legitimate Nintendo DS makes me a little bit leery of playing them. You're not going to get the full effect if the laugh track isn't synced up right, but I encourage you to look it up on YouTube to celebrate our success together, as a community, as a family! Anyway, we have literally 2 hours to waste on this. And if we finish before then, I legitimately don't know what I'm going to do. Finish the aisle of big snacks? And there goes Mr. TikTok. His days of recording trendy videos for the kids are over. Look, if I actually beat this within, like, the next 15 to 30 minutes, I am not going to know what to do for the rest of the day. And that fact is distressing to me. Besides, I wouldn't be doing the end game of Bug Snacks, I'd just be doing the Isle of Big Snacks. Although at the same time, that might not be enough content. I'm not sure how long the Bug Snacks end game is, that's the thing. For all I know, that stream could be one half us trying to catch the fucking spaghetti spider, and one half the actual end game. Mr. TikTok was the name of the clock boss, because he is a clock. He gives you microphone, Kirby. It's because he rings like a clock, like a microphone, like your ears after Kirby screams into them at like 3 million decibels. This one is interesting with regular Kirby because eventually they start moving so fast. Like, they enrage once you kill one of them. And at that point, they come at you so fast that if you were just trying to inhale from the front, you're gonna have a bad time. So it's better to just ambush them from the back and hope you can catch them. See what I mean? Don't do that, kids. Only villains do that. And Wispy Woods takes a lot of inspiration from his twin counterpart, dropping Gordos, worms that you can't eat, gross purple apples. Though this is far from the best moveset good old Wispy's had. He has so many more tricks up his sleeves in the 3D games. Even if you don't count his Alolan form as being Wispy Woods. Which, speaking of, you are a little bit off, you're like half off the mark with Drossia being the only canon soul boss. Forgotten Land does have a soul, but it does not serve as a boss, as I am sure Alicia remembers when she was playing through the game. Thanks to everybody's favorite executor of tired old concepts. I still love that Morpho Knight's role as the literal fucking psychopomp of the Kirby universe extends to him taking old dated gameplay concepts out behind the shed when they've outlived their hype value. It's funny. Psychopomp, those who escort the souls of the fallen to the underworld. Also, it's just a fucking cool word. Yeah, Kracko in particular gets a major glow up. The rain cloud chases you, the beams have longer range, and just wait till you see the bullshit he does right. Okay, not now. He's doing it next phase, okay. Look at that Crissity Crossity lightning. You do not want to mess with Kracko while that's going on. Also, you will notice that unlike Meta Knight, they actually programmed King Dedede to not do the whole, oh, take my hammer, Kirby thing before the battle starts. Which is really nice, because man, that always dragged down arena runs, having to literally trick Meta Knight into fighting him with the proper ability. I forget. I said there was one boss who did not show up in the arena besides Kracko Jr., right? Oh, no, it wasn't the core of Nova. I forgot. Man, if you think that, you did not see Revenge of the King. Or, like, any of the most recent Kirby games. At this point, the two are basically homies. And Revenge of the King was actually a surprisingly good end to his character arc of that old wanting to smash him into paste. He literally throws down the hammer before you fight him with his brand new metallic one. This was the game that started that arc. And our big old kingly boy has come so far from then. That said, yeah, every game up until this mode added to this remake. No, he was in it for the Klaba. And well, actually, even kind of then, more of the time he's been on Kirby's side than not. Nightmare in Dreamland / Adventure, he was just trying to stop the nightmares from getting out. And maybe he just kind of messed that up by enjoying a fucking victory lap in the Fountain of Dreams first. But he did have good intentions. Dreamland 2, Possessed. Dreamland 3, Possessed. 64, Possessed turns into a tsundere. Amazing Mirror, not present. Squeak Squad, victim of a home invasion. Despite being Kirby's arch-enemy, he's really only an active antagonist to Kirby in their first game together. It's actually kinda hilarious. It's that, and it's whatever spin-offs are happening. Such a fascinating character history, because it doesn't go the way you would remotely expect. Please to give me attack? Thank you. In a game where pretty much every mid-boss makes stars fall from the ground whenever it so much as sneezes, it's amazing that Wham Bam's big-ass fists don't kick up stars in their wake. But I guess he wouldn't be much of a final boss if that was the case. I mean, he's not much of a final boss in any case, but especially not in that case. Ooh, we got a big, we got a big! Oh, shit. Though I think the funniest face turn in all of Kirby has to be Meta Knight's. Because I am 99% sure that entirely came from the anime. God, they are, Oz. They are. Like, Kirby Super Star, the last appearance of Meta Knight. I'm going to take over Dreamland in my giant ego ship with my face on it. Then you get to Kirby in the Amazing Mirror. Meta Knight bravely flew away to defend Dreamland, and it's like, damn, dude's gotten some therapy since the 90s. Hello, Dawn. Welcome aboard. We, may be beating this game way too quickly, and we may need to emergency pivot to something else, or just end early. Yeah, Wham Bam Jewel's design is not great. Which is dumb because they fixed the design of his first version, and then they were like, so let's make his second version a callback. I think they were going more for like some kind of ogre than anything, especially because as you see in the loading screen for this minigame, it's not that he's black, it's that the background is black, and in the loading screen, he's actually a pretty pleasant blue color. Oh god, he really is Mr. Popo. People got so mad about the whole blue Popo thing. And I mean, yeah, it looked like shit. But at the same time, 45-second stream delay. Jesus. try change. Yeah, okay, she's got you. She is a good egg, that Alicia Jewel. I will pay her 1 goat for her continued service. Yeah, even with it supposed to being just a floating face in a void, though, it's really not great. Just pro tip, whenever you are designing a character, do not give them lips. Ever. Not like that. Lips just do not look that way. So it's never going to look great. It is always going to look like a minstrel show, so just please don't. Ah yes, I forgot that the egg is seeing her walk-in boyfriend. Ow, 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 my face. Yeah, I should have had my jumping finger primed more. Galactonite is where no ability runs go to suffer. Take all of the, I'm not gonna give you something to work with, why would I, ability of Wham Bam Jewel, and add way faster attack patterns to it. Whoa! Right, he does the dive twice, he does the dive twice. Testing, testing, can you see you? Okay, that's just uncalled for, you jumped into me, man. Just a 20-second is better than a 45-second. It's not as good as a no, but I honestly don't think no stream delays exist. Unless, like, you're a Twitch affiliate with... No, a Twitch partner with, like, 100 viewers per second, $1 million computer rig, a sponsorship from, like, I don't know, Jeff Bezos. It's just kind of the nature of how information is processed that there will always be some delay. Oh god, please, no, 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 this is going to suck. Oh. We're hanging in there. We might actually make it to Mark's soul. We did not actually make it to Mark's soul. But you know what? For our first attempt at doing this ability free, that went well. Now, if you notice anything from all of this, it is that effectively none of the battles outside of the final 4 actually count. Granted, we did take a few careless hits on some bosses like Kabula, but you know what we can do to avoid that next time? Simply not. Too many hits. Yeah, it was a pretty even fight. I had less than all full HP going in, and he had a way less than full HP coming out of it. I'll consider that a win. And once you get past him, Mark's soul is a boss that's a lot more familiar with the whole concept of being Kirby, as opposed to flailing his sword around and not giving you any actual moves to throw back at him. Yeah, if we can either no-hit or close to no-hit the first 6, we're in good positions. And along with a big fish being a very common Kirby boss template, so is people walking across a bridge. You have that with Lololo and Lalala, the Feral Hogs from Dreamland 2, Pon Con. Oh hey, speaking of pond sounds, fireworks are happening outside. It's not even July, ya animals! And our little baby fireworks, it's fine. Just little baboos. I hate that I forget what the slide button is routinely. Okay, there we go. It's the jump button, not the attack button. February and March? Sheesh's cripes. Well, as Mama Luigi said, the early no, you cannot. They hurt you. Neither can you eat the purple apples. I guess as Mama Luigi says... Oh, these are actually getting a bit louder. Sorry if y'all can hear that, but I kind of need my window open so I, like, don't die of heat stroke. I'm pretty sure you guys would not like that to happen. The movesets in this game are really cool. Aw, she'd miss me, guys. She'd miss me. I'm not gonna miss you, Kracko. I'm glad you're dead. Son of a bleep bloop. Mini bosses. That said, I am excited for 4th of July fun times with my friends coming up next week. And for this week's kind of wine-tasty, appetizer plattery, incredibly eclectic picnic thingy. Oh, I ate a lot of star there. Fun fact, there is an incredibly rare animation for if Mr. TikTok hits the wall. It's very hard to actually trick him into doing it. But sometimes he does. Kind of falls over on his back, like a turtle, or like a small ame, kicking his arms and legs, trying to get back up. One more hit on Fan. Keep a safe distance so he doesn't try rolling out. And instead just keeps farting apples at me. And now for the fire loin. If you are experiencing fire loin for more than 24 hours, please see a doctor. Haha, fool. I'd break you with your own star. Kracko Jr. again, and this time we are looking a lot healthier. I like to use this post to figure out where to stand during that sine wave pattern. Because at least from this side of the battlefield, and I think this is sort of its counterpart, not the other post, but like the space between the post and the castle. Because that attack is really hard to memorize, and it's a lot easier to just memorize, like, a background element that correlates with safety. God, I'm really going deep into my old bag of tricks here, aren't I? God, if I beat this fast enough, I might actually try my other awful challenge run that I've done in the past. Oh, he didn't jump. That's rare. Deity's Pounce is such an interesting attack, because if you keep your distance, you're usually safe. Yes, I'm going to wait to actually beat this boss first. Well, not this boss, but this boss rush first, to see if we even have time for it. Oh, I should not have spat so soon. I kind of forgot he had a multi-hammer rush. This is still one of my favorite DDD super modes. Like, yeah, Buff DDD was fun. Forgotten Land has an amazing set of DDD fights. But there's just something about Masked DDD that just... he's a classic. Which is a weird thing to say for a remake of a game that already exists. Okay, he needs a little bit more buttering up before he's ready to go down. Oh, that was some real bad timing on the game hitching. I was like, oh, is he done? He was not done. Okay, is it just me or did that spin last a little bit shorter than the last one? One health up for Wham Bam. I do not want to go into full health because I feel like if I do, a tomato is being wasted. Ideally, after Wham Bam here, I will have maybe like... Ideally, I won't need to use any before Galactonite, in which case I can probably get away with burning one just to be safe. But I do want to at least have 2 or 3 for marks. I do think of the two, Galactonite is harder than Mark's Soul. But I've also fought Galactonite more today than I have fought Mark's Soul. Also, pro tip, if his hand ever appears on the same side of the screen as it did when he does the big wind-up punch, that means he's going to use the Tiki head drop. If it shows up on the other side, it could be either. God, speaking of, if you do think that his design is bad, look up Wham Bam Rock from the original Kirby Super Star if you want to see something that you would be fucking amazed came out of Nintendo in the 90s. It's legitimately an abomination. And I'm kind of sad that the boss that basically gave rise to Master Hand is always gonna have that taint on him. The taint of some of the worst character design in any Nintendo game, period. Okay, I got a twofer, that's good. Also, Wham Bam Jewel is the only of the Kirby Superstar final bosses to not get a new music remix for this. DDD has his mask theme, Galactonite has his theme. Well, actually no, Marks doesn't get a remix for Mark's Soul either. So I was wrong, but he does get a new design. It's Dynablade who I'm thinking of that, of this rush of final bosses, does not get her own true arena version. All the other ones get a moveset echo, but not her. Which is a shame, because some kind of... Oh, that was unfair. Some kind of Dyna 2.0 would look sick. Ah. That was bad timing on the hand slap. But we are mostly full for Galactonite, and I think we should be able to pull through against Mark's Soul with what we have. You know, assuming we win. Speaking of, if you ever want to give running Kirby boss rushes a try, I heavily recommend Forgotten Land as a starting point. Because not only are its boss fights cool, But both mechanic-wise and in terms of the logistics of the boss rush, it is easily the most forgiving True Arena equivalent. Or should I say, the Ultimate Trial Z, I think? Whatever the last Coliseum in that game was called. For starters, you can buy continues. Whereas other True Arenas, you're done, you're done. Let's see, you can buy continues, you can buy power-ups, and actually stack them a fairly sizable amount to really help even the odds. You can upgrade your abilities to do more damage. You unlock a really powerful ability that's practically custom designed for slicing through the thing. It really is just all the fun of a boss rush, but with the ability to tweak the difficulty however you'd like it. Because you could just go in whole hog. No power-ups, no ability upgrades. Or you could instead just really put as much of your coins into beating it as you possibly want. The other thing is that Forgotten Land has maybe the most fucking overpowered dodge mechanics of any action game I've played. Because if you dodge good enough, you go into slow-mo and basically get free hits on the enemy. Somehow I knew he was gonna do that. Well, okay, I didn't, but I had a hunch. I was like, he can't keep letting me get away with this. Oh no, I'm on the wrong side of Pac-Man! Whew. Dodge Pac-Man. Oh, I have never seen that angle before. What the frizzity fuck, Galacta? Oh, this is not going perfect. Oh dear, it's the big boys. Wait, 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 this is good, this is good! Okay, one more hit. And he is not gonna make it easy on us. This is legitimately tense, but ow. I forgot that he turns up the throttle really hard if you let him get to that last pixel. And I'm not gonna lie, when bosses get fast, streamer gets spooked. I was not prepared for him to go into fucking hyperdrive. I think instead of hitting him with the star, I hit him with the residual explosion of the bomb he dropped. Because for some reason, bombs and bombs alone deal friendly fire to enemies in this game. It's so weird. Like, an attack from a player character, bombs, and drowning. Those are the only things that damage the enemies in this game. I don't know if the bosses take damage from drowning. I don't even know how you would test that. I figure they're probably not programmed to. Come on, Mr. TikTok. Yeah, it's really hard to lure him into that wall. Also, I love the suggestion of the crowd in that arena. Like, look at the background real quick. That's just some flashing plaid. And yet it actually does call this to mind the suggestion of there being some brilliant crowd watching you fight. Yeah, okay. This time we got Galactonite closer than we did last time, And we were doing really good until I took us to Choke City. We also would have still had we would have had 2 tomatoes left to at least get to half health against Marks with. So I'm feeling pretty bullish on our chances here. Dun, dun, dun. Also, the regular boss music for this kind of owns. Like, I think of all of the non-final boss, well, of all the non-special boss themes, I think this has to be my favorite one. And I know that's kind of cheating since this kind of is a special boss theme. But like, compared to the regular arena music or the Helper to Hero music, I just really like it. And I also like that we get to see Kabula again. It's been so long. Wait, does she have a description? Okay, no, she does not. She does, well, she does, but it's the same one from last time. Right. Does Krako's Revenge get one? And the other revenge bosses? They do not. I will say the modern era of Kirby will involve a lot of me pausing to read all of the latest hot takes on the bosses. Star Dream is particularly ridiculous because, dear God, every fucking phase he has a different description. Like, getting him to half his health on one of his phases has a different description. And if you don't read it all, you're not gonna know what's up with him. I'm kind of glad that they changed that to instead be the figures as of Forgotten Land. Sure, it's not as convenient as just firing up the pause screen whenever a boss is on screen. But it's still a nice little way of getting little lore drops here and there without, you know, busting the game open every 5 minutes. If I actually pressed button when I wanted to press button, that would have been a sick double combo. Alas. Okay, this is good. I'm not going to give them much time to hit their enrage timers. Ow. Poor judgment. Very poor judgment. I am bad at guesstimating his speed. I have been lightly ambled into. Send a medic. Send the Navy. Okay, that placement was just rude, Wispy, and you know it. That's okay, we are almost done here. That Angie face. The Angie face before the slump of defeat. I thought it was gonna be the missile. Shit. Okay, so we may have taken some stupid damage early on, but this is doable. I need to get my brain and my fingers firing on the same pace. And to do that, I need to play like I did when I was 12. Only my inner child can defeat the forces of the true arena. I just wonder what DDD's up to. We're not quoting the Faces of Evil in here, guys. Not today. Are there Philips CDI emulators? Asking for a friend. I thought that no was in response to the idea of me playing the fucking CDI Zelda games. Then I remembered that no, that was just your despair at Galactonite getting one over me. Bold of you to assume that good is a goal here. What part of Philip's CDI was not communicated? Okay, so he's gonna do the walkie hands now. Let's grab another snap. No, fire punch. Then another snap. Nab the double. Okay, he's gonna start doing the hand slap, so nope. He's doing that. Walkie, punch, then walkie, man. Okay, he's dropping the face bombs. Now it's hand slap time. Does 3 in a row. Then I think either that he does a snap or a grab, or he does his finger gun. Ooh. Knees are getting weak. Palms are getting sweaty. Vomit on my spaghetti already. Mom spaghetti. Oh, damn, he winds that up fast. Okay, we're safe, we're good. Doing the hand slaps. No! I forgot he does hand slap into walkie, man. His patterns are so intricate and they change every phase. Whoa. That was hand slap, that was not long punch. Hand slap walkie, man. Finger drop. His health is low enough for him to do the finger rebuild. Hand slap, and he's down. Do you know how I said the goal was to go into marks with more tomatoes than we did last time? I may have failed at that. You know what? We have at least one tomato, and we also have our hopes and dreams. Yeah, the big boy wave is really cutting, like, basically guaranteed damage when you're not using abilities. Okay, good. If I jump and it tags me, I at least bounce out. If he keeps the wombo combo going, I get utterly clapped. Like I'm at area 51. Remember the area 51 raids? That was such a purer time. You know? Back when the worst thing we had to worry about as society was how to clap alien sheiks. Are you telling me you would not take that over whatever the hell is going on in society nowadays? Oh, I hit his sword like a big dum-dum boy. Like a big dum-dum, Joe-Zone is there. I hate the big boy wave. I hate the big boy wave. Understandable. Hope you enjoy the corn of the popping. You can, but it does absolutely pitiful damage and will probably just bounce you into their maces. Okay, so this does not look good here. Oh geez, he's activating sicko mode early. Maybe he doesn't do it when he's at low HP. Maybe he does it when I'm at low HP. Now, one thing I do need to try and take advantage of more with Kirby is that Kirby is a small boy. He can actually duck under that rapid stab. But I'm always worried I'm gonna misread the input into the shockwave, where instead that would just lead to Kirby getting stabbed in the cranium. But if we don't take a bunch of idiot boy damage this round, we should be fine. Gordos. Oh shit, he actually ended it with an apple. Thanks, bruv. Hup! And Tree Cry. Oh dang, the game's giving us the bosses in order this time. I do kind of wish we had, like, a full true arena or something, or, like, the perfect arena where we had to fight literally every boss in the game, including these updated versions. But I also feel like, with the sheer number of bosses that are in Superstar, it would be draining, to say the least. Also, we took some idiot damage, but not much, and that's an improvement. Especially because I'm pretty sure the next 4 bosses we can usually do fairly competently and confidently. We are never going to trick this man into running into a wall, are we? Heh. Nice clock, bro. Grand Wheelie, on the other hand, really gonna make him run into a wall. Dude has no brain cell. Only rubber. It's interesting how risk analysis goes into the bosses with more uncertain attack patterns. Like, Wham Bam? Wham Bam's pattern is basically defined, so is Krako's. But then you have, like, Masked DDD, for example, where you have to judge, like, how many attacks does he have? What will be my best option for dodging most of them? That's why I try to stay on the ground exactly, like, 1 body's distance from him, for example. Because at least by my analysis, I have the best chance of dodging most of his moves. His big moves, he has to take time to warm his hammer up first. His inhale, he has to, like, run forward first. And lift up his mask, too, I believe, although it's pretty quick to do that. Then you have, like, his regular hammer, which if you're in the air, it's gonna be like a jumping strike that'll then make you have to run to the other side of the arena to pick it up. Or if you're on the ground, he just does a normal hammer bap, and you can quickly just eat it right there in front of him and spit it at him. Or his jump, which if you're in the air is a really easy way to get body slammed by a big boy. Naturally, the ones with the fully defined patterns are a lot easier than the ones where you have to improvise on the fly, because they basically have a script you need to follow. I've fought Krako the same way every time, because he has a very strict pattern, and not even being at critical health is going to change that. Meanwhile, DDD, every fight with him is different. Marks falls on the scripted side, so as long as you memorize his patterns, you should be okay. Which is why it's really Galactonite that I'm treating almost as the final boss of this one. Not that I'm not gonna have to try hard to beat Marks, because even though he's a lot more deterministic, he's still difficult. And just because you know what his attack is, it doesn't mean you're gonna know where his attack is. You're still dodging Kirby Super Star Ultra's attempt at bullet hell all the while. Alright, game face on. We're back to the king. I will say I'm really loving the setup we have for DS games. And I'm so glad that we're going to be able to continue using it, ideally, into Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot. Assuming the completely legitimate 3DSs out there have the same breadth of option as the completely legitimate DSs, welcome back! Okay, take advantage of that to gain some screen real estate. He's been using the fire a lot more than the missiles. I think usually he does a plume of fire before he does any missiles. But it's been so long since we've actually gotten him to use missiles that I forget if it's just a rarer attack or not. Ah. Zigged when I should have zagged. Classic bungle. But up until this point, I don't believe we used any tomatoes, right? The contrast between his regular boss fight where the arena is full of screaming DDD maniacs and this one where all he has left is Bandana D is part of why Revenge of the King is so friggin' poignant. Like, everything about this fight is based on taking the original DDD fight and just turning it on its head a bit. Oh, jeez! Okay, that was a little bit of a bad timing error on my part. I've never seen him do, like, a double jump forward before. But we should be fine heading into Wham Bam. We know his patterns a bit more now. Slap. It's the fist slam, but once he gets to half health, they become the slap. So it's better to dodge them as if they were the slap, because the slap is so much faster, and you don't want to get greedy over the original timing. One more smash. Then grab, and from there he does his top of the screen moves. Fire punch. Tikis, it's Tikis! I think these give you bomb, but I am not blowing the run to swallow them to find out. We're only allowing ourselves one use of an ability, and that's against Mark Soul to see what paint does on him. Okay, triple slam always gets followed up by Walkie Man. And from there he does the grab, then the rock drop? Or is it the grab? No? Okay, he's not doing his rock drop attack today. In fact, he's not giving me much to work with at all. You're being exceedingly rude today, Mr. Rock. Well, I guess Mr. Jewel. And sometimes you just don't inhale when you think you're inhaling. Classic rookie mistake. Yeah, that's not the triple smash. The triple smash always starts from the right side of the screen, whereas the regular smash starts from your current position. The triple smash is also always a smash, even if you've otherwise progressed him to the slam sector. Speaking of, we may be entering the slam sector as we speak. Triple smash, grab, side punch. He loves comboing those into each other. And Tiki bomb. And be careful, because I think he's going to do... Okay, no, now we're entering the slam sector. Slam, slam, Walkie Man, do a grab. Fuego punch. Fuego punch. Now we are in the slam sector. A slam, Walkie Man usually gets followed up by, Okay, I guess this time instead it's going to be one of the... I wonder if his motions in the background imply what move he's going to be using next, or if he's just very angry. Slam, bam, Walkie Man. Oh, he does do it from the left sometimes. Wow, that means we've really dragged this fight out. Which means once more, I am unsure what his next move will be. So this is how people felt by the end of Death Note. Side punch. God, am I lucky that I figured that instinctively that would be the Tiki bombs. Ow. Ow. He spawned on top of me. What a rude boy. Okay, we only need one more good hit on him. Boom shakalaka! Alright, we snarf down 2 tomatoes. We will be fine for Galactonite. I'm sure of it this time. Also, don't get excited, fans of later games. Okay, no different dialogue for Galactonite. Yeah, don't get excited, fans of later games. Sleep does not currently do anything. No using it to get some cheeky healing in. Yeah, you can see why I way prefer taking that in the air than taking it on the ground. And for why I do that little wobble, he tries to keep a fairly consistent distance away from me. So I like trying to exploit that fact, because if he stops wobbling, I know that I should get the fuck out. Okay, tornado. Oddly enough, one of the Galactonite attacks I'm happier to see. I should have started moving out. That was bad. You were wondering why I'm doing that? Unfortunately, that habit's extended to, like, every other boss fight I've been doing, which is why sometimes I just meander into DDD's chiseled abs. I promise I'm not just trying to dive into that. I ain't a member of Club Penguin, goddammit. Please don't be big boy season. Okay, good. It's medium boy season. And my preferred crop of medium boys, too. The Skull Knights get a little bit quick. Pac-Man. Oh god, he can reverse his direction in midair. Cheap Pac-Man, why did your mom let you have 2 terrible cartoons? That's right, you're now remembering that along with the Ghostly Adventures one, there was also a Hanna-Barbera one, and it also wasn't great. For some reason, Pac-Man took after the Mario of the... Now you see why I like to jump when that comes out! Holy shit, there goes all my hip. I can't believe you've never seen the Hanna-Barbera Pac-Man show where he has a fucking suit. Oh my god, we did it. We did it, we did it, we did it, we did it. I did not think that would kill. I did not think that would kill. I am an announcer at a Capcom tournament right now, pointing out that that attack did not look like it would kill, but it killed. And here we go, Marx's soul. He absorbed Nova's power to bring back his evil soul. This really is the last battle. So that's some interesting confirmation for the lore heads there that Galactic Nova is not a unique entity, a fact that is not going to be relevant for a good while. Designated Cutter! Marx gives us the paint attack to work with. He gives us the ice bomb to work with, and he gives us the cutters to work with. He does not exactly give you many attacks to play around with. And even the paint attack, which you're about to see. You are about to see what paint does to Marx's soul. Ready, everyone? It's always a big deal when you use this on a boss who gives it to you. Except on Marks' soul, where it does like less HP than just you spitting at him normally would have done. Haha, get trolled. Yes, I built that up all this time just to do a little trolling. I think it's in the spirit of Marks to do that. Also, you'll notice his rain of arrows and his fire and my laser attacks are so much bigger. Oh god, he has me pinned. Thank god, he has me pennant. Thank god, he's breaking out the black hole early. Thank god he was drooping low enough to hit. And no, you can't inhale his seeds. His seeds. Yeah, they are like one of the only projectiles in this game you just flat out cannot inhale. You can throw them with throw moves, though I lucked out there. He burst out a little early. Oh dear, we're low on health. But he... Oh, he came... Now I know why you don't corner camp on Marks. You fucking get out after he does that thing. Because he will pop up right in front of you. Okay, don't camp anywhere while fighting Marks. This may actually take me the rest of the stream, which, you know what? Good, that was my initial plan. I didn't want to have to pivot. This isn't blood in my mouth, this is victory wine. God, the Dragon Ball Super manga has gotten so bad. It's one of the few times I can think of where I'm basically at this point regarding the manga as anime filler and the anime as the canon product. And the other one would have to be Yu-Gi-Oh! R, because I'm sorry, I know the fact that it's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga that never left Japan gives it this, like, mystique in the eyes of the fandom, and the fact that it has evil counterparts to the Egyptian god cards. But man, it's just the equivalent of an anime filler arc, but on paper. Literally right down to the part where, oh, the villain is a CEO that's threatening Kaiba Corp, which is justifying Kaiba's involvement. And here's a bunch of forgettable villains that the heroes have to fight their way through. It's literally just the equivalent of an anime filler arc, but printed on a manga instead. It is no more canon than Virtual World. It is no more canon than freaking Doma. And you will not change my mind on that. The only actual 3 canon Yu-Gi-Oh! Arcs, Duelist Kingdom, Battle City, and freaking Memory World. Take your pick of filler from there, but those are the only 3 arcs that actually exist. And you know what? I like the filler. I actually thought Doma was fun, even though a lot of people seem to treat it as like the worst arc in Yu-Gi-Oh! That was a filibuster. But yeah, the Dragon Ball Super manga is in a similar position where at this point there's no anime being produced, and they're just kind of printing whatever in between to sort of save, like, take up time. And it just hasn't been very good. Any complaints you can think of about what watching Dragon Ball Z was like before they cut out all the padding, that's basically been the Super manga. It really hasn't been great, if I'm being honest. I know this is kind of a hot take. I'm sure diehard manga heads are gonna be roasting me at the stake. But as far as I'm concerned, the continuity has been the movies, which have been fantastic. Super Broly was the best movie, and from what I hear, Super Hero is really good too. Even if Toriyama literally forgot that the series is called Dragon Ball Super now, so this movie just has a ridiculously clunky title because nobody had the heart to explain it to him. Dragon Ball Super, Super Hero. Such a bad title. But you know what? It's about Gohan and Piccolo, so I approve. It also may have the biggest win that the Latin American fan base has ever experienced in the history of Dragon Ball, but I'll let you guys hear more about that one when the movie actually comes out. Did not want to trip the enrage timer yet. Oh yeah, they also have their own personal enrage timer, where once they're at a third of their health, they start dragging Gordos around instead of blocks. Ain't that nice? Honestly, for a boss whose entire moveset is walk forward, push, block, Lololo and Lalala's Revenge actually has a lot of really complicated factors that go into it. So we have Kracko Jr., we have Kabula, and somehow filibustering about things that are not Kirby has gotten me through this arena really well. Maybe I should do that more often. I'm starting to realize that I'm at my best when I flex. Nah, just kidding. I'm at my best when I'm talking about anything but the thing I'm actively doing. It's always been the case that I perform better at stuff when I distract myself. Right back to when I was a small child at school and I read books during classes. That's just always been me. Maybe I have some, probably don't. I don't know. When you're anxious, you think you have a little of everything, let's be honest. And sometimes that's just the anxiety speaking, and sometimes that's legitimate-ass comorbidity rearing its head. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that I have my next sneak away to a med appointment thoroughly aimed at finally looking at my freaking shoulder and back, I would consider popping in for some therapy. But I just don't have the time, on top of literally everything else I'm doing, and all the appointments I would like to be doing otherwise. For the king. Really, the best length to stay away at DDD from is like 2 bodies length. At worst, it might make the jump a little bit clumsier to dodge, but it also means he's not going to slide into you very often. Ah, my timing was crap there. The missiles! They do exist! It's been 10,000 years! Ooh, perfectly synced up inhales. Oh shit, we're ending it now. How dare you? And that is why I like to deal with the ground hammer instead of the air hammer, because sometimes the air hammer lines up like that, and you just don't have a cool, sexy opening. Look, I always synced up the inhales when I was a young one. Why, of all things, is my mind returning to the Donkey Kong Country cartoon? When some people hear "when I was a young man," they think of the Black Parade. When I hear "when I was a young man," I think of Captain Scurvy. Wow, his pattern was different because we literally haven't even hit him up to this point? That's hilarious. Not that, you know, he gave us a chance. Okay, it's always Walkie Man. Come on and slam! His hand walks like a man! Come on and slam! If you wanna jam! I I could have thought of a better lyric there. Come on and slam, if you are wham bam. There we go. How did I know that that one was gonna be the bombs? I don't know. Intuition, I guess. Also, the fact that his eyes track you is pretty useful, because that gives a good approximate idea of where his hand is going to fall. Other things that give you an approximate idea as to where his hand will fall. His hand! Da-da. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be the fire punch. And this is a surprise. He doesn't... Oh god! I've never seen the standing hand repair before. Now we're in Slap City. Nope, we're not in Slap City yet. We're in Walkie Town. Next time he does his hand slams, which should be very soon, we're gonna be in Slap City, though. We've gone from Pound Town to Slap City. Walkie Man, usually followed up by one of his air moves. We should stand a lot better of a chance against Galactonite this time around, especially if I don't, you know, stand in front of his big take half your health attack like a total ding-dong. Whoop. Wait, no, that's his grab. Ah! I was trying to jump! Oh no. Yeah, trying to jump and instead hitting the guard button was not the ideal outcome here. This is not gone according to plan. Don't get pinned down in an area where you do not have enough space to actually turn around and attack. We're gonna have to take this one on the chin, guys. Keikaku absolutely failed. That went so well until suddenly it didn't. You ever have those times where you're just really doing your best and the execution just completely falls apart? I'm mad. I should have had clearance there. A little bit of dash dancing, we're playing some melee. Ooh, the smoke clouds are kicking up. We're really melee now. I am so glad that was not his other attack. Did he just do a wall bounce? I have never seen this fucko do a wall bounce before. That is not okay. Not by Brock's rules. Man. Trying to do the perfect pivot on the run back, jump, turn around, and hail. That is at least 4 baton. And that makes it very difficult to pull off properly. Like, go ahead, you try doing it. Okay, it's little boy season. Shit, I've let little boy season go on for too long. They're revolting. And also, they're rebelling. I think I've seen Meta Knight do that cancel before, which is why I wasn't that surprised. But you really do have to be, like, perfectly underneath him when he goes to do his dive for him to instead go, nah, fuck this, and... Yeah, the best way to dodge that is by not... Ow. Jumping at all. This is goodn't. This is very goodn't indeed. Okay, thank God it's Pac-Man, not Big Boy season. No Mace Knights coming at me, only ghosts chomping at my feet. If I could do that pivot game, that would be absolutely fantastic. What I'm trying to do, dash, turn around, inhale, and as you can see, it's not going well for me. You need to, like, double tap one way, double tap the other way, and then hit inhale, all right after the other. It's a lot easier to change directions if you jump. I probably should have jumped on that one, actually, because that's where all my pivoting success comes from. I don't know, we're learning, we're learning. Now, I know I told you guys I'm not holding myself to this challenge. But I do kind of have all night. So I'm kind of holding myself to this challenge, even if I'm not, like, holding myself to this challenge. You know how it is. Yeah, I'm totally holding myself to this challenge. But can you blame me? Can you really blame me? Listen. 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 Yeah, fuck it. Lololo must die. And we are now entering the fuck zone. It's like the auto zone, but a lot less cars. You know, unless you're a Kari. Remember that one scientific diagram that conclusively proved that Lightning McQueen is technically a furry? Despite cars not being animals? I feel like there was some post that boiled down the essentials of what makes something furry versus just being like a mascot character. And they concluded like the sheer attempt at being cool that Lightning McQueen radiates puts him into the later category. I'm trying to remember. I'm sure if you look up does Lightning McQueen count as a furry, you'll find something on the matter. Seriously, give it a try. Report your findings to the chat. Like a good little book-reading nerd. Can I scratch my knuckles while fighting the fire lion? I can. He decided to jump up and down instead of doing anything that threatens me. Also, you know, infinite free flight. Helpers will eventually get less airtime per puff. So will Meta Knight, but Kirby is just kind of vibing. See, he goes up just as high as he always does. Can I scratch my nose while fighting Wispy Woods? I can. Whew, that was some good evasiveness. Boop. A furry alignment chart. Is Lightning McQueen on it? I think it was the chart that led to discussions, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, I know there was some post out there, probably in like the wild wastelands of Tumblr, that successfully identified that Lightning McQueen is a furry. Like, he just has that it factor, you know? That a lot of non-furry anthropomorphic animals just don't. I'm sorry, Lightning McQueen is, in fact, a furry. Like, if your average sparkle wolf or dog eagle is an anthropomorphized personification of an animal that is cooler than you, then Lightning McQueen is just that, but a car. My attempt at not getting hit by doing anything but focusing on the game, because as soon as I started paying attention to Galactonite, he just started handing me a fucking knuckle sandwich. No, before that, fucking Wham Bam Jewel put me through the goddamn paces. I can only do good at things if I babble about inane bullshit. Actual game knowledge means nothing to me. My success comes entirely from the unknown. I am the X Factor. Man, I wonder if my Sunday D&D game is gonna happen or not. Because if there isn't, there's totally an AEW New Japan crossover pay-per-view. And I really want to see that. And you're probably wondering what got me to this point in the conversation. Well, I mentioned the word X Factor to imply that I am the dangerous random element, the secret sauce, when it comes to any video game boss fight. And then I remembered that the X Factor was a wrestling tag team. So then my mind went, ooh, wrestling. And then my mind went, oh shit, pay-per-view in 2 days. Maybe I do have some form of ADHD. Because, dear god, that's more jumping than King Dedede's been doing. And Batman is cooler. He's dead. So far, we're flawlessly victoring the True Arena, and oh god, I just mentioned the fact that we're doing the True Arena. Expect my performance to drastic go down. Okay, inane bullshit. What can I pull out of my bag of tricks today? It doesn't work if I force it. I need something to talk about. This is the audience participation. This is the part where you clap your hands and believe in Tinkerbell. Except in this case, I'm more of Twinkerbell, I guess. What the... that pun doesn't even fucking work. I'm sorry. Okay, bad puns. Bad puns have been my savior. Okay, I guess I'm more of an otter if we have to categorize. For you see, I am cursed with quite a substantial affliction. This may come as a surprise to you all, but I am an Italian. And that means, let's just say I'm not exactly as smooth as a baby's buttocks. In fact, I am quite the opposite. So, yeah. I am an otter. Small. Hair. Derive most of my power from quickness and fast thinking. You know, as otters do when they engage in wars for the animal kingdom. I'm sorry, I never told you all this time. I mean, back before the horse divorce, I was hoping to turn you into one of us, because you see, that's how it works, you know? just one bite, and boom, you're an Italian. The betrayal? You know what? I'm okay with taking 1 point of damage to guarantee this attack goes off. I am okay with taking 2 points of damage to ensure that that attack goes off. Especially because that was the perfect chance to fight dirty. Don't try that shit on his grab, his fire punch, but on the regular slams, it works perfectly fine. Speaking of, oh my god, we did it, 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 we did it! Boom, bitch! Now you guys may be saying to yourselves, that's not Italians, that's vampires. Let me run down the list for you guys. Associated with garlic. Associated with Catholicism. Associated with mirrors. Are you sure that we are not one and the same? Either Italians are secretly vampires, or Italians are perfectly designed to be the anti-vampires. And I will leave it to you, audience, to decide which. Wow, we're really digging deep for the inane bullshit fodder, aren't we? Vampirism, otterism. Like, we're just breaking out anything at this point, aren't we? Have you ever seen an Italian guy trying to fix his hair? We are a vain-ass people. Also, oh my god, we actually survived the big boy wave with minimum casualties. Oh god, I forgot he can do that. I forgot he can bounce. Oh yeah, another thing, another piece of anti-Italian vampire litigation. They can't enter a house uninvited. We love doing that. Oh yeah, no silver either, no silver either, so you gotta cut the Guido jewelry. What else? What else? Do Italians have anything against counting? I'm starting to run out of material for the whole Italians and vampires thing here, you guys. I think I've tapped this well thoroughly. But what a well it was to tap in the meantime. Okay, he didn't do the bounce again. He didn't do the bounce again. Flame pillar. I did not come this far to start having functional thoughts. I think really the best thing to do against that attack is to not try jumping and instead just duck in the corner and pray he does not turn around and instantly bap you. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, he went straight down. That does not usually happen. God, I wish I was Meta Knight and I could heal during this fight. Wait. And it's good! And now, unlike last time where we were going in with maybe half our health tops, we are nearly fully healed. So it's time. Engage the marks, motherfuckers. So what have we learned? After the paint attack, get the fuck away from the corners. In general. Oh, that is really bad placement for the cutter attack marks. But it appears now we are at fairly equal HP, so at least if something was gonna do me in, it was gonna be his weakest attack. Also, tip for if you are dealing with the paint rain, jumping gives Kirby a slight bit of invincibility on very weak attacks. Not really invincibility, but like he headbutts it before it hits him. So if you just keep jumping up... See? Cancels out. Hello, Brim, yes. We've beaten the true arena with tried and true Jet, actually pretty early on. So now we've been spending the past hour and a half or so trying to do it sans abilities. Oh shit, you can inhale that after it breaks? I got so hyped I ran into Marks and got a boo-boo. Not your favorite ability? That's okay. Everyone's got their own pref. This is gonna suck. I should have known that was gonna happen, but he had me pinned in a corner. Owie. Really? It feels like such a strong ability to me. What gives you trouble with using it? Like, it does nutso damage, it gives you plenty of iframes. Marks. I'm going to have to ask you to join the United States of Stop That Shit. Yeah, the invincibility on the headbutt does not last long. If you fully charge the ability to use its dash, then you get iframes. If you don't charge it, it is absolute garbage. Okay, here comes the big boys. God, I love that attack. Joe's challenge, don't fuck up. I thought that was gonna be the fourth one, not the third one. Shit. Whew. But we made it. We made it to our boy. And yeah, let me show you the iframes. That is the iframes. And dear God, does it give you a lot of coverage along the way. Yeah, I'll be honest, my strategy with the rosebuds is always panic, duck, and cover. Because I have a very bad memory for what order they fall in. If I go in packing an ability, I can just turn the iframes to my advantage. Some abilities even let you throw them and make them less of a threat, like I pulled off with Jet a few times during our first run. But we don't have that to go off of, and you literally cannot inhale these, so your options are very limited. How are you doing, Brim? And when will I be able to trick this stupid clock into running into a wall and flipping onto his back like Ant Turtle? Whatcha? Come on, come on. Yeah. Give me a boy. He gave me a boy. Is the timing different from how it used to be? Because especially if you've gone from an SNES to a legitimate SNES or vice versa, it can be a little bit of a trip. And sometimes you really just gotta shake off the ring rust, you know? Oh, thank God I inhaled that elephant. Switch online. So it still is an emulation, just more of a native one. That makes sense. And yeah, between the slight differences in the controller, the slight differences in the system, I'm not surprised it's giving at least a bit of a headache. Especially because Superstar definitely controls a little bit gummy compared to Ultra. So if you're used to how Ultra's handling, going back to SNES can be a bit difficult. Oh, he does it. He does the double dunk. Welcome to New Dunk City, suckers. Could it be the double-double? He does it! Ladies and gentlemen, he does it! Okay, making this happen. Pulling this off. We are not going gentle into the good night. Each round we play, we no-shot a few more bosses. We pull off a few more sick combos. We get closer to the promised land. And let me tell you guys, if I wasn't literally pinned into a corner and given a swirly headfirst into Marx's black hole, that would have been a win. That would have been a W. I am under no illusion to that fact. He literally played dirtier than he ever had on any of my other playthroughs. Because when he teleports like that and starts setting up the black hole, you don't have time to run. And usually you want to be in a corner to avoid that ability, but that doesn't work when he brings himself to the corner. That said, if you like soul bosses, I hope you get used to cutters, black holes, the inexplicable presence of paint. Usually big freaking laser beams. We will be seeing these a lot in the playthroughs of the next and final 3 games of the Kirbathon. At least. Until I get my hands on ye old Nintendo Switch capture card. Then baby, the Kirbathon rolls right along with Star Allies and... Why am I blanking on names? Star Allies and Forgotten Land. You know, the game whose name I said like at least 5 times this very stream. You can identify where the brain cells are starting to smoke turn and grind against you. Ha 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 ha. Funny. King of comedy right there. Man, did you guys know that they're making the sequel to Joker a musical? With Lady Gaga in it? And you know what? I think that's the most Joker move you could possibly do with that movie. Because you're picking a move that nobody is going to be happy with just to watch the world burn. I don't know if she's Harley Quinn or if she is just in the Joker musical. All I know is that that was my daily dose of forbidden knowledge for you guys. Also, can I just say I love the poster of King Dedede just menacingly looking into the camera while Kirby burns. That is just a raw image. Oh geez, I should have been looking at King Dedede and not looking at the picture of King Dedede. But we broke the mask. No damage clear on the first 7 bosses. Will it extend to Wham Bam Jewel, or will my luckant continue? If that's the case, we can take as many hits from Galactonite as we need. We will be in the clear for Mark Soul with a full suite of health, and not another stupid teleporter accident with the black hole. Oop, we got a mix. That's good, that's good. That means bigger damage. Dun, 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 dun. Nope! My intuition was off for once. See, there's the Tiki Bomb. My intuition was just a little late. But clearly the universe is not happy unless I take at least one pointless hit against Wham Bam. Now, one thing I should be doing more is during those sections where I can't otherwise attack, weaponizing my guard, because it does hurt him on the Fist Slam. Not very much. But you never know when that little bit'll be enough. I don't think it works on the finger walk, though, because I think he kicks you during that, and therefore does damage. Yep, we pissed him off. And oh, thank God I remembered the right button just in time. We are now entering the Slam sector. We are now going to Slap City. Population Wham Bam. Nope! Not letting my intuition get the better of me again. There we go. Now, Tiki Bombs. Over to Flame Hand. Over to Flame Hand. Yeah, if he doesn't give it any time to charge up by this point, he's going for a 1-2 Sucker Punch rather than dropping the bomb. Whoa! I forgot that this was when he starts doing the walkie hands again. Rebuilding the finger. Oh! Game, don't be slowing down on me. Okay, one last rock to the ass. One last good hit does it. I'll be honest, we're not in as good of a position as we were last time. Unless, against all odds, we just don't take much damage against Big G over here. A few bad reads on attacks led to that otherwise promising run hitting a few snags. That was rude. Waiting for her to stand up just to send me to horny jail. Joke's on you, I will never serve my sentence. I'm a renegade, an outlaw, a man on his own mission. Okay, good. Confirmation to duck does work, I just need my timing to be a little better next time. He usually seems to jump away after doing that attack. Goon time? Goon time. And we're starting with Big Boy Season, apparently. Which I'm convinced is unavoidable damage at this point. At least with how we're playing. But we're doing it. We're doing it. We are running this back. I don't know if we're gonna have the best health against Mark's Soul, but at the very least, we're not gonna get black holed again. Right, guys? Pac-Man? Of course you dodged. You stanky hoe. I'm focusing. Up. And that's why I don't like using the crouch strategy usually. But it is the only time that's actually happened to us so far. This ain't looking too great, but this ain't looking too terrible either. If I'm lucky, I can clutch it out. Come on. Thank God he's using this attack again. Jumping to the middle. Pac-Man or goons? Pac-Man. Just hide within the missing slice of pie. Tornado. Just zig when you should zag. If I'm just a little faster at pivoting, I can maybe catch those sword beams. Oh no. Oh no! Hope for the best! God, I wish my air puffs could have hurt him. He has a sliver left. He turned around. I got killed by him turning around. Ow. My soul. I mean, that wasn't a run that was gonna be a winner. You saw how little health we had. We honestly lost way too much of our shit on the Wham Bam fight, but I do wish I could have at least cleared Galacta. Also, dang, I have hella messages right now, you guys. I know! I wish I could have taken it off. If I was a little bit more courageous with my block, I think block damages on the down smash. Either way, I hope seeing the true arena with Jet and without Jet shows you how much harder this is going solo. This isn't like the base game arena, where it's still like mostly calibrated to going abilityless. This is the hardest content in the game, and it will be addressed as such. Anytime there's a... Yeah, I was getting a little too bold with trying to do those block hits. Like, I know I'm trying to train myself to do that more. But sometimes it just leads to pain for all involved. Okay, we're back in the mojo, we're back in the mojo. We gave a sacrificial run to Kracko Jr. earlier. But now we are back in it to back win it. Why do I assign myself such challenges? Probably because true arena without any abilities is at least a fairly, like, reasonable assumption of something you can do in a Kirby game if you are good at it. It's not like I'm talking my original challenge idea, which would be using the worst ability in the game, Copy. That was the wrong button. Yeah, at this point, if I take any damage within the first 7 bosses, I'm sacrificing that run to the RNG gods. Although I'm starting to wonder if I'm hitting a wall a little, because that came from me hitting the jump button when I was trying to hit the suck button. I think I'm starting to get a little bit sleepy. Not sleepy, but more, I've been bashing my head at this for 2 hours, and I think the wear and tear is starting to show. Well, more like an hour and a half. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I've reached the peak your practice is paying off point, and I'm getting to the your fatigue is dragging you down point. If you're trying to marathon a video game, that is always the sort of dual axis structure you need to watch out for. Am I benefiting from the practice more than I am being hampered by the fatigue? And once that calculus starts to go in the wrong direction, it is really hard to bring it back into the right direction. Because you can absolutely get sloppy and lose practice, but you cannot untire yourself. Unless you've got, like, an industrial-sized bottle of Orange Joe kicking around there somewhere, and you're hoping that patented protected mix of orange juice and orange soda and coffee is going to keep you awake. I am not one of those people. I do not caffeinate. I am actually a water and alcohol type of person. I've never been much for juices. I've never been much for sodas. Like, I like them sometimes, but they're too sweet and they really get to me. I've never been much for coffee. Oh, tea! We can add tea onto the scoreboard, too. So it's not just water and alcohol. It's also tea. Juice, I was just never exposed to it when I was a child, and it just never really grew on me. It's weird because I find myself liking fruits and fruit juices more nowadays, but for some reason I just don't drink straight fruit juices. It never occurs to me to do so. And okay, it seems we're hitting our step with the random babbling again, so I think this means I do at least have a few good runs left in me. Although along with that, some game knowledge. With Kabula, I get really tempted to try and hit her with the corner, so I'm not exposed to her shots. The problem being if she suddenly juts forward and flips, that's pretty bad. Hey, by all means, love your apple juice. The things that make us happy, for lack of a better term, are good. Don't gotta change them just because someone tells you. I mean, I am a proponent of diverse eating personally, but that's just because there's so many flavors out there. There's entire worlds to explore. And of course, there's a nutrition component to it too. But just because you're trying new things doesn't mean you need to just not have any of the things you used to have. Like, I've never been able to get behind that food is for kids and stuff like that. I still wish I was there to help fully ease you into it. Just because I know it's a tricky thing to tackle on your own. And it's the kind of thing that really requires planning, you know? Like, I like this. This is similar to this. Maybe I can try it. Or, you know, someone else is having this. Maybe I will try a little piece, but I won't have to commit to it for an entire meal. It's a lot easier when you do it that way. You just sort of plan it out and take it super slow step by step. But that's also the kind of thing that definitely requires a helping hand, unless you're like ultra rich and you have, like you're a child emperor and you have access to this fucking tasting menu of small dishes prepared by the peasantry. If you don't have that, you're really just kind of relying on sharing with other people and trusting their judgments and their assessments of what they think you would like. Fun fact, The way Fan's grab attacks are coded, you can actually get hit by Fan and not get hurt. Because they throw you in like a parabolic arc. If you go far enough, you will, instead of hitting the wall, just sort of come to a gentle halt on the floor of the arena. Commentary this stream has absolutely been a baffling mix of half-remembered gameplay mechanics from when I was a small child, absolute nonsense, and surprisingly sincere talk with the chat. And the best part is, it's working. Also, fun fact, the DDD hammer for some reason does not have a hitbox. At least not when he does, like, attacks that aren't using it. I used that way sooner than I should have. You see, if you interrupt one of his jumps, he will only do 2 instead. If you hit him right as the first jump ends, it won't count as interrupting. And sometimes you just plain miss like I did. Ah! It's all going so well until I hit the belly! Yeah, see how that one did not interrupt? That's exactly what I was talking about there. Okay guys, moment of truth. Can I beat Wham Bam Jewel without doing something stupid? Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! He always does 3 to start things off, and then he either does finger snap or finger gun. Today he's rocking the classic Wham Bam move with the snap. I tried to cheese out a little extra damage, I don't think it worked very well. The punch. My intuition was right, but I'm glad I did not pursue it, just in case instead it was the Fire Fist. Yeah, I literally just had a mind break moment and I forgot what the attack button was. Sorry for the foolery. But now we are back in it. I've already given the fun fact that this man is the origin of Master Hand like 50 times. I've already given the fun fact that this man is a racist like 150 times. I've already done my best to chart his attack patterns for you all. Up, we're in the slam sector now. I'm running out of things to talk about with the Wham Bams. Galactonite and Marks, they have history. They've made their marks on the franchise quite extensively. This is really like the only appearance of the Wham Bams outside of like an light novel. Because yes, for some reason Kirby has a shit ton of light novels. And a lot of them are like almost keep trying to dodge the grab and I end up running into the walkie man he inevitably uses instead. When will I learn? Watch out for rolling rocks! An A-press is an A-press! That Pan and Koic video is fucked. The one where he's like doing Mario 64 with half an A-press and explaining what he means by all of that insanity. That guy's a certified mad lad and I love him and I hope he's having the best of luck with whatever stupid Mario 64 challenges he's doing today. And it's such an interesting case where I think on one hand, the dude was memed on because, oh my god, why would people care about this? But equivalently memed on because, in a weird way, this is oddly fascinating. We actually care about this. Like, it's such an odd duality of man thing, you know? Where the sheer arbitrariness of it also contributes a lot to its interest. Solely because it's so arbitrary. Okay, this time we dodged it. Okay, he's at 1/3 of his health. Summon boys. Oh, come on! It's already big boy season! It was a surprisingly painless big boy season, at least. Pac-Man? Pac-Man. By the way, I know I mentioned that Pac-Man has a really weirdly gruff voice in that show, but I don't think you're prepared ow, that could have gone better. Thought he was gonna dive down. Until you've actually heard it. Like, look up Pac-Man Hanna-Barbera and be prepared to hear a voice you did not expect him to have. Like, I guess the voice makes sense because he is in fact a Pac-Man. He has a Pac wife and child. Giving him some fucking little schoolboy voice in Ghostly Adventures. Well, he had a wife. We can't forget that Mrs. Pac-Man perished in the snap. God. I don't know why the Miss Pac-Man copyright situation amuses me so much, but the fact that Namco did not own the rights to the literal first lady of video gaming, their co-mascot, and because of this they have just fucking written her out of existence to try and save face. How is that not the funniest shit you've ever heard, you know? Like, imagine if Sega didn't have the rights to Tails secured. So they just kept replacing him with Ray the Flying Squirrel and praying you didn't notice. That's what it feels like. Then again, if I remember correctly, Sega doesn't actually own the rights to that original Sonic the Hedgehog theme. You know, the do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I mean, maybe they do, maybe they don't, maybe they only own the rights in the context of Sonic 1. I don't know, there's something weird with the rights to the original Sonic theme. Why did I stand up? Why did my boo-boo the fool looking ass think it was a good time to stand up? Anyway, he's in the danger zone, so he's about to get very hopping mad. And he's about to get very hopping dead. Like, I don't know, I mean, I feel like there's a reason why you never really hear the Sonic 1 theme anymore, you know? Whenever you're hearing an old Sonic theme, it's usually Green Hill or Chemical Plant at this point. But the actual do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There really, I think, is something weird with the rights to it. Though not as weird as the rights to the whole Sonic 3 Michael Jackson stuff. Could have gone better. I don't know, do me a favor and look it up, please. Here, there. This side of the screen is pretty clear until the end. Running, running, running. There we go. That's how we do it. That's how we do it down in Puerto Rico. Paint. That counts? That counts as an attack? Bitch, that was your spawn animation. Then again, I shouldn't be surprised at how many attempted telefrags he's done on me. Oh, running, 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 running! So this hasn't gone ideal so far. I think from here it's black hole? Yes. And luckily this time he's far enough from the corner that it counts. Ooh, we got some good tempo on him that time. This side of the screen is still safe. This side of the screen is still safe. Okay, safe screen, safe screen. Sonic the Hedgehog theme rights issue? Well, it's tricky, because I think if you look up Sonic music rights issues, you're gonna get the Michael Jackson Sonic 3 soundtrack. Especially because that is very in the public consciousness thanks to the Origins releases. Because guess what? Sega still does not have the rights to use those Michael Jackson songs anymore. Okay, that's why it hit me. I jumped at a bad moment. Ah! Right. He comes from the left on this cycle. Ice into laser. From there, I think it's Telefrag. And then either black hole or his other split. Still the black hole, huh? Okay. Yeah, so they used the prototype songs instead, and people are not very happy. Especially because apparently they used, like, really bad MIDIs of the prototype songs instead of their actual good versions. So people are like, you didn't give us the original music. You didn't give us the good versions of the not original music. Needless to say, mods that reintroduce Michael are already on the scene. Origins in general is interesting, because not a lot of people are happy with all the aspects of it. Even the team that made the game literally put out an announcement saying, hey, this wasn't the way we wanted our work to be presented. We're doing it. Oh my god, we're doing it! Keep talking about Sonic, ladies and gentlemen! Thank you, Sonic! Sonic has saved the run, everybody! All thanks to the power of Sonic and Michael Jackson, we have defeated Marx's soul with no abilities, and with that, Kirby Super Star Ultra, highlight of the Kirbathon so far, is finally put to bed. We have left Kirby's retro era, and with it, a new horizon of Kirby awaits us. The next time we play Kirby, we're gonna be playing him on the Wii, and it's gonna be glorious. But for the time being, from one Kirby fan to another, why don't we give Hylogic some care, you know? Dude's still plugging away at his Earthbound runs, and I, for one, want to cheer him on. Thank you guys so much, as always, for coming. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed us finally conquering this game, and get ready to raid. Thank you.